Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be rebuilding this Scars area. I felt like this area was lacking compared to some other areas in Sunlit, and so I wanted to give Scar a redesign, especially since we have these new updated paths. And you'll see that I moved his home a couple times because there are some areas in the back where some flowers or night thorns will spawn in, so I wanted to make sure that I still had access to those areas, but then I decided to move it back. With these paths, I do find that it might take a couple times to get the shaping just right because they are right-angled paths compared to the curved ones. I also wanted to have a little centerpiece area just so that way I can put something there, and I thought the remains would fit there, but it didn't quite go into the center, so I do end up changing that at a later point. And then I also didn't want the paths to be completely straight, so I did want to have some angles, as I find that it adds a little bit more dimension to the build. With plants, I am trying to place them close to the line but not have them line up alongside the borders, as I tend to find that it pulls out the realism away from the build when plants are coming out of rocks. I also wanted to add a little bit more color to the area, so it wasn't just browns and oranges, so I find that these flower bushes do a great job of doing that without adding too much color. I do end up putting that bush back in at a later point. There is some parts, such as that bush, that you'll find in the walkthrough that were added in later, and that's because when I got out of furniture mode, things shifted. I thought the lounging rock would be a great addition, however, it took too much space away from the two bushes, so I did end up doing the oasis instead. I may add his rockin' at a later point, but for the speed build I did not. I also found that the perched rock was a little too colorful and didn't quite match the rest of the colors that I used in the build, so I will end up taking it out and use these red trees instead, and I absolutely love these. They definitely match the environment that is already pre-built into this area. As for the barrels, I find that they do match the environment as well, and they actually remind me of the movie Holes, especially since this is a desert looking area. I didn't want too many trees, however I did want some barren ones just to kind of fill in the space. As for a seating area for guests, I did want to make a small seated area, however I didn't want to make it too inviting, as I felt like Scar wouldn't want too many visitors to his home. I also will be adding in tiki torches. I find that they give just enough lighting without being over the top, and I tend to like the store-bought ones a lot better than the built ones, just for aesthetics. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what other areas you would like to see me do a speed build for, or what other design ideas that you would like to see brought to life.